today comes from 1 Peter, 4th chapter, 12 and 13 verses. It reads thusly, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try us, as though some strange thing happened to you. But rejoice, inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy. I'm going to read that again, but this time I'm going to read it from the English Standard Version. Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed. Think it not strange. Our subject, think it not strange. How many times have we had negative things happen in our lives? Seems like nothing is going right for us. We have a lingering affliction or sickness. We're dealing with financial problems. Things are not going well on our job. Sometimes our children are acting out and giving us all kinds of problems. Yeah, the school is calling with complaints about them. Sometimes they're cutting classes, getting into fights. They're failing their classes. Sometimes it's a close friend or a family member who's at odds with us. And we make it all about us. We go to God with our complaints. Lord, of what's going on, I'm living for you. I'm doing everything I know to do. I praise and worship you. Lord, I wake up praying. I go to bed praying. I fast each week. Lord, I know some who are not even trying to live for you. They don't even believe in you, but seems like everything is going right for them. They get everything they want. But me, your humble servant, I just can't seem to get a break. Why, Lord? Why? Why are these things happening to me? My dear brothers and sisters, I come to tell you today, it's not about you. It's not about what you did or didn't do. It's about what Jesus did and what he is doing for us all the time. It's about denying self. It's about taking up our cross and following him daily. I remember Jesus teaching. He said, then said he to the disciples, it is impossible but that offenses will come, but woe to him through whom they come. You find that in Luke 17, chapter, the first verse. But wait a minute, wait. Now it seems to me that Jesus is saying here that you might as well be prepared, because these things are going to happen to you. If you follow me, somebody's going to talk about you. Somebody's going to lie on you. Somebody's going to mistreat you. Yes, you're going to be persecuted. Even though you treat everyone with respect, even though you try to help those that you can, sometime someone will not like you. Apostle Paul backed it up in his writing to Timothy when he said, yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. Look, he didn't say that we might suffer persecution. He said, but if you live godly in this life, you live godly in Christ Jesus, you shall suffer persecution. In other words, he let us know that it's going to happen. Yes. And then, yes, Jesus went on to tell us, and on another occasion, he said, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Yes, he said, blessed. We are to be happy when we are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Then he went on to say, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Yes. Oh, yes. You see, for he tell us to rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. That's Matthew the 5th chapter, 10 through 12 verses. And Peter said on one occasion, for as much then as Christ has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. Then Apostle Paul picked it up in his writings to the Corinthians. He said, you think you're having it rough, having such a rough time. You're complaining, you're mumbling and grumbling. But look at us. Look at the preachers. Look at the apostles. Look at the evangelists. Yes, the ones who are committed to preaching and teaching the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We who are devoted, dedicated to living the life no matter what. Apostle Paul said, for it seems to me that God has put us apostles on display at the end of the procession, like those condemned to die in the arena. We've been made a spectacle to the whole universe, and to angels as well as to human beings. We are fools for Christ, but you are so wise in Christ. We are weak, but you are strong. You are honored and we are dishonored. To this very hour we go hungry and thirsty. We're in rags. We are brutally treated. We are homeless. Yes, we work hard with our own hands. When we are cursed, we bless. When we are persecuted, we endure it. When we are slandered, we answer kindly. We have become the scum of the earth, the garbage of the world, right up to this moment. That's from 1 Corinthians 4th chapter 9 through 13. He went on to say, we are hard pressed on every side, yet not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. We get up and keep on going. We don't think it's strange because we know that we're on the Lord's side. And he has promised that he would never leave us nor forsake us. He never promised that he never promised that things were going to be easy. Yes. He never promised that we would not have trials and tribulations, but he did promise that he would see us through, that he would be with us to the end. He tells us in his writings to Timothy, it is a faithful saying, for if ye be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. But if we deny him, yes, he also will deny us. Yes, I know there are preachers today who are much like Job's friends. When things are not going well for you, when you're dealing with adversity, they are quick to assume the wrong thing. They will tell you that you must be doing something wrong, must not be pleasing God. You must be living in sin. But I come to tell you, think it not strange when these things come upon you. I want you to know that sometimes it has nothing to do with you. God sometimes is just using you to be an example to someone else. Yeah, sometimes he's trying to reach someone else. It could be someone in your family. Could be a friend. It could be a co-worker. It could even be a stranger. It could be one of your neighbors, because God is in charge. Yes, he's the master potter. Yes, we have to remember that we're the clay and he can use us in any way he wants to. He can mold us and make us to be a vessel of honor or a vessel of dishonor. But Jesus already told us that these things must be, but the person who causes it is in trouble with God, because he said it is better for them if a millstone was tied about their neck and they were drowned in the depths of the sea. But when these things come, he wants us to be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. He wants us to stand. And yes, yes. And having done all to stand, stand therefore. Don't think it's strange. Just trust God and know that all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and are the called according to his purpose. So don't be surprised when trials come. Don't be dismayed when you're being persecuted. Don't think that something strange is happening to you. No, no, no. Be happy that you are counted worthy to share in Christ's sufferings. Remember, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. In my close, a few days ago, someone called me and they said to me, Bishop, I'm very down right now. I know I'm saved. Yes, and I'm living all I know. I help people. I know I'm serving the Lord in every way that I know, but it just seems like I'm not doing enough, or I'm doing something wrong. Seems like God has just forgot all about me. I asked him, I said, well, tell me, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that God has forgotten about you? He said, well, he said, I get paid twice a month. He said, I pay my tithes, I give offerings, and I help people. He said, but after I pay my bills, I don't have much left. He said, it used to not be like this. He said, I had money in savings, now I don't have any. I'm just barely making it. He said, sometimes now I have to call, make special arrangements to pay when my next check comes. He said, I just don't know what to do. What am I doing wrong? What should I do? I told him, you need to do the will of God. He said, what do you mean? I said, remember what Apostle Paul said to the Thessalonians? In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. I said, you see, you need to stop complaining and start praising God more. Don't you know that right now there are many people who wish they could end the week or the month and say, I'm broke. But thank God all of my bills are paid. Some people have to make a choice between whether to pay a bill or buy food. And then there are those who can't do neither. They don't have money to pay their bills or to buy food. So I leave you with the words of Apostle Paul to the Philippians. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice. My brother, think it not strange.